Every now and again, something comes along and it just stops you in your tracks. And this map is one of those times. Welcome to Rennebu. Now Rennebu is based on an area of Norway where the map maker Ola Holdor grew up. Now originally this was a map that he was creating for him and his friends to play on, but as time's gone on he's wanted to share it with the wider community, and to be honest we are so lucky that he has, because this is an amazing map. Now you'll see as we go through it, this is a very early beta stage map. He has done a lot of the landscaping, which is absolutely stunning. But as you'll see, there's a lot of work still to be done on the buildings, which we'll touch on in a little while. Now, it has 135 relatively small fields, but they are in keeping with the area. In fact, some of the smaller fields have had to be stitched together to avoid an overlap of numbers on the PDA and avoid too much clutter on the map. Now, as well as the many fields, there are over 100,000 trees, which lend themselves to some fantastic logging opportunities as well. Sell points are available on the map, but be prepared for long driving distance between them, just like you would have to if you were farming in Rennebu in real life. Now all the buildings on the map are being developed specifically by Ola due to the fact that they are much smaller than many of the buildings available in the mod community at the moment. But more so than that, they are an authentic representation of real life locations, so ensuring the buildings are in keeping with the area is important. Now I will say this. If you like big square fields and you like lots of space around your fields, this definitely isn't the map for you. But this is an absolutely beautiful representation of a real life place in Norway, and it is absolutely gorgeous. If you're a FarmSim purist and you love to see the game be pushed to the very limits of what it's capable of, you have to check out this map. And understand the amount of time and effort that has gone in to get it just to this point. I mean, when I speak to Ola about this, and I've had the privilege of speaking to him over the last few weeks about this map, you can sense and you can feel that, like, the passion and the love that has gone into this. This is more than just a map for farming sim for him. This is you know, this is his masterpiece, and it is absolutely stunning. So before we go too much further, I think we should just jump in, have a little bit of a tour around, and we'll talk about where he's got to with things and how he's going to progress it as he goes forward. Okay, so when you spawn into the map for the very first time, you arrive at the shop. Pretty basic barn type structure at the moment, very nicely detailed though, but the view outside of it is just stunning. Now what I like that Ola has done here, not only do you arrive at the shop, but if you go and buy something, let's go and pick up a little truck to drive around in. Let's take the old pickup. Look, he has placed it inside the building. Very nice, and obviously we saw that being done on Chellington, which was a lovely touch. But Ola's managed to recreate it in here, which is brilliant. So what we'll do, we'll buy the truck. We've got a lot of ground to cover, really. So let's just jump into the PDA. This is a 4x map. Now, it might be slightly deceptive because all of the fields are very small and stuck in and around the hills and mountains here. But as you can see by the quality of the contouring of the map and the detail in the PDA, he has left no stone unturned. Like I said earlier on, 133 fields in total, just massive amounts of small fields. This is an authentic map. This is this area of Norway. So there you go. He's even put a little bit of information underneath at the bottom there, telling you all about it. So we are going to start here at the shop, and we are going to drive in a clockwise route around the map. We'll follow the main road up to the top here to these sell points, have a look at these fields, and then we'll cross over the river here and we'll head back down the other side, loop round the bottom and back to the shop. It's going to take a while, but it's going to be worth it because you want to see some of the scenery. Absolutely amazing. So we head out of here. Just while we start, obviously you can see he's put a lot of placeables in here. to make sure that he's checking the scale of them and stuff like that. But every single one of these is going to be handmade. One of the things he told me when we were chatting is that none of the buildings in the base game are going to be appropriate because they're just too big. Just goes to show you how different things are in different areas of the world. This is very early beta stages. You could almost say it was an alpha stage of the map at the moment, but he's already got 100,000 trees. And look at that. I mean, the quality of the contouring, the quality of the rock faces is absolutely exemplary. I am so impressed with this. So let's jump in the truck. We'll take it for a run round and see where we get to. So pulling out of here, let's pop the mini-map in the bottom corner so you can see where we're going. I'm going to hang a right, and we're going to head down the road here. Again, it performs pretty well actually. I've got my graphics turned up quite high. He did have some issues with the clipping with all of the trees, which he's still working on, but in principle, it runs not bad at all. As you can see, we're just driving past these fields. Gives you an idea for some of the sizes. Nothing is huge on this map. That's probably one of the biggest fields you'll see down there in the valley. So you're really thinking about at best medium equipment, possibly small equipment on here. But it's a real challenging map. He did say to me it's not for beginners. Something that you'll probably develop after playing a little bit on other maps. Find the confidence to play on this one. But things like all the signs here, the quality of the roads, the quality of the contouring of the roads and the barriers at the side of them is fantastic. Again, there's another speed sign. All authentic stuff. Now, what we're going to do, we'll just pull in here and I just want to show you, look at the detail on the top of that building there. So the guy really knows what he's doing when it comes to building. He's taught himself, basically, from scratch how to do this. And it's really, really impressive. So this is where the animal sell point will be. As you can see, very much a work in progress here. Some of the buildings finished and looking really, really good, but no triggers or anything in yet. But you can see how this is going to form in the next little while. So it's going to have some real character, this map, I think. There's no regimented structure to the fields, which is very much in keeping, I think, with European farms. They just fit the contours of the land. Another big shed in here for use in the future by one of the farms. Lots of machinery space in there, which is nice. I just keep getting distracted by the landscape, and if you can see up there, look at the paths, look at the roads that are zigzagging up onto the hill. I mean, this, if you love forestry, this is going to be a superb map for that as well. And again, you can mix the two of them up very nicely. There's a lot of fields here to work, but also a lot of beautiful landscaped tree areas that you can really get stuck into. So we head up the valley just a little bit further and we've come across this building here. As you can see, a little bit of a work in progress there as well. But we're going to follow this road up here because I want to see what's up here. It's another field. So again, back to that point I was saying before about the size of machinery. I mean, if you look at the paths here, you don't have much flexibility to get anything particularly big up here. Can't ever see a 9RX getting it up here. But it opens out into this beautiful cornfield. So look at that. On a real high rise up above the rest of the fields down in the valley there. So just beautifully put together. Right, let's head down here and back onto the road. A lovely run down by the river here. Great reflections in the water there. Another big field here. Well, relatively big. Big in terms of this map, but not necessarily big. I understand what I'm saying. So here we are. We're heading up towards nearer the top of the map now. And as you can see, more access into the hills here. And up to some of the fields at a higher level. Looks like there's going to be a stream or something going to make its way down there later on as he keeps building the map out. But there we go, access to, I think, the other side of that field. Now if you keep going around here, It's got a little bit of an open space here, potentially a space for a shed or somewhere to park machinery there. No forestry here, no forestry paths just here. But there are plenty of those on the other side, and we'll go and have a look at a few of those later on. So we'll keep going. Fields again, still on the left and the right. As you can see, the contours, this stuff kind of sneaks up on you and appears. And we are heading towards what looks like the town. Another farm or small holding there. I think there's round about 9 or 10 farms in total. So it would make a fantastic multiplayer map as well. Again, access to the fields over there. Lots of paths down the side of the fields to get access to, which is great. Again, some more buildings that are in a more finished state here, which is nice to see. Looks like potentially some form of animal shed there, corrugated roof, things like that. Very interesting. Okay, back out to the road. Let's go and have a little bit of another look at this town. That is the grocery store. That's where you'll be able to sell, I guess, products such as milk and eggs. Now up here we have the Sawmill, which I imagine will get a lot of use on this map if you end up playing it. But again, a lovely little bridge over to it. Again, this is modelled on an area that he's lived all his life, so he's going to know it inside out. Very clear what to do there. I'm guessing that's a work in progress element. Now if we head out of here and we head over here, I want you to see this church. I think you may have seen it in the intro, but potential to be a beautiful model once it's all rendered and made properly. But look down there, look at that, isn't that glorious? And lots of roads here, so obviously off the beaten track. To Rennebu is the church and other buildings. Again, the landscaping he's done here is fantastic. Look at those trees up on the hill behind it as well. So a glorious church. I'm very excited to see what that model will look like when it's done, because it looks fantastic. And again, this bridge. This bridge here is absolutely lovely. Very narrow. Not even sure if it's a vehicle bridge. It looks like it is. One vehicle at a time, but over the water there. Fantastic stuff. And onto this slightly smaller road now. But we'll head down here. A bit of grass on the road there. Probably needs tidying up. Like I said, we can't judge this as even remotely close to being finished. And you look at the standard of the work, where it has been finished, and the landscaping, you kind of gives you an idea for how brilliant this is going to be when it's finally finished. Now, I've had the privilege of having a few chats with Ola over my Discord over the last few weeks, and he's told me some exciting stuff. He's very excited with the new production stuff that's coming in FS22, and he's very keen to build some of that into this map. So already, if this doesn't see the light of day before the end of FS19, he's clearly got plans to release it for FS22, and I think it will really come into its own there. But as we head back now down south into the valley, you get an idea for, again, just the scale of the map. Look how big some of these mountains are and the contours around. So nice. Again, big areas there that will obviously be waiting for some more placeables to go in. Now again, the sell points are quite far apart, but something Ola said as well is that that's basically how it is here. There aren't that many sell points and they are spaced out, so you have to travel a long way with them. Maybe auto drive courses here would be very helpful. A nice building up there on the hill as well. So we'll just head along this little road here. Obviously some tidying up of the roads. These have just been put in as placeholders for now. I'm sure this will all get tied up. When you see the quality of the work on the hills and the finished landscaping, you know that there's a lot more to do here. So heading back out along the road here, another couple of buildings and the grain sell point here. So as you can see, lovely wooden building, very much a work in progress still, but you can see how this is taking shape. And again, modelled off real buildings. So really exciting to see how this is going to keep evolving as Ola works more on it. So back out of here, we're heading down into some of the hillier areas now. More buildings coming up ahead. But these wide open expanses either side of the road make this really, really nice. There you go, another farm there. Stream running through here again. Signposts to the right. Reminds me a little bit of Italy in that map. But here we go, this is where you can start to peel off these roads up into some of the forestry areas higher up. And again, access some of these very high fields in the mountains. Look at this. Crops up here. It would take some time to get up here with a tractor, but glorious. Look at this. Look at the views from up here. Back down into the valley. Imagine combining on these. What a view. Fantastic stuff. Okay, back into the valley first now. Let's just turn along here. And again, more access up into the hills for logging. And again, we're back down by the river as it meanders through the middle of the map around these gorgeous little fields. It's just such an atmospheric map. It's got so much character. I mean, I know it's a real place, but it feels real. It's a really realistic map. It just, I mean, there's so many elements of the Italy map. So many of the same kind of feelings you get from this as you got from the Italy map. It just is, the attention to detail is glorious. Just look at that as you drive along the road. Just the shapes and the modelling of the landscape is just fantastic. And we're still going. I mean, let's jump back to the main map just for a second. We are down here still, and we started here, so we've been all the way up to the top and back down here, but we've still got all of this area to do, all of these fields, and you can see here's some of the roads into the logging areas. So we'll definitely take a look at some of those, and again, there's more up here. So many different kind of routes into the logging areas. Again, we've just driven past that one there, but really nicely done. Really nicely done. So we'll keep going. Try and give you a feel for some of the fields. Again, some of the bigger fields down here as the valley opens up again. But more buildings down here, probably another farm or two down here. Lovely, look at that. Look at the view in the background. You can see the logging roads up into the hills again. Fantastic stuff. And here's where we cross back over the river at the bottom. Again, lovely scenery all the way around us. And we can join here, back onto the main road. We can head up into the mountains to some of the logging paths up there. So there isn't much more for me to say other than this is a masterpiece in the making. This is going to be a game changer in terms of a map. Whether it makes it out for 19 or we have to wait until 22 for it, I think it's going to be worth the wait. And actually, the benefits and the changes to FS22 will really lend themselves to this map. So, Ola, hats off to you, my friend. You are a craftsman. And I'm really excited to see where you can take this map. But there you go, the absolutely breathtaking Rennebu map. And stay tuned, I'm sure we'll keep you updated with progress as time goes on for this. But from me, for now, the FarmSim guy, thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now.